Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new moon in Virgo. All right, so I hope everyone is doing well. All right, so let's get it started. So we have the new moon in Virgo happening on September 9th, 2018, and you have to check your local time to see when this is happening in your area. All right, so I'm going to look at the chart and we're going to get it started. So we have Virgo, we have the moon symbol. It's like a crescent moon and then a round red circle with a red dot at the center. That's the sun. Then you have the symbol green, which is Mercury. So we have Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury is Virgo's planet as well as Gemini's planet. So this is the planet of communication. So both signs really love to communicate, and they do it in different ways. Okay. Now what I do in these videos is I'll go around the circle of the calendar, but I will jump over to the opposite sign because it's a practice of looking at the opposite sign and seeing what's happening in your opposite sign. So if you are Virgo, your opposite sign is Pisces, and you want to see what's happening over in Pisces. So let's focus on the zodiac sign and what's happening in the zodiac sign. We can take a leap from that to figure out what we can focus on for the new moon. Okay. And then don't forget to watch my meditation video as well. So it all ties in. So we have September being the 9th month, and we have the new moon happening on the 9th. So if you're into numerology and want to consider that, that's like endings and beginnings. And when you think of the new moon is about new endeavors, new relationships, starting something new. You have a new diet you want to start. You have a new yoga practice or workout practice you want to start, a new meditation. You want to start something new you want to start. You want to start it on the 9th, or maybe the day before, or 2 days after, or the day off that new moon. So it's a great time to start getting those energies moving. And the new moon happens at 6:01 p.m. my time, Pacific time. You can check the time for where you are. Okay, so this new moon is about improving through communication. So it's very important. You've probably noticed a couple things that's happening in your life a couple days before the new moon, and you're like, okay, you've probably already implemented already, but maybe by the new moon you can fine tune it and add new things to that improvement that you're trying to do. So I have my notes here, what I wrote down, and I want to share that with you guys. If I missed something, then I'll make another video for my Facebook channel. Okay, so the event page that I will be creating for the new moon. All right. So we have Virgo as the new moon in the 10th house, and 10th house issues have to do with your career. So maybe the improvement that you want to make is in your house of is in careers. It could be something that is fun for your life, anything that you can improve your status. Maybe it's work. Maybe it's your reputation. Maybe you want to change up the way that people see you, or your family, or work, or whatever. You just want to improve yourself. We all want to make improvements. Okay. Maybe it's your life purpose you want to work on. So it's your outer world. So it's just making more improvements for that. It's a great time to focus on your partners, your relationships, showing love to your partner, and receiving that love back. Okay. So 10th house issues, and you're in a very public part of the chart. Okay. So you're in a part of the chart where you will be seen more, or you'll want more attention, or you'll need more attention for your purpose. Okay. And you can focus on yourself as an individual and do work on that as well. It might be improvement through school or work, like I said before. That could be something to look into. Okay. And maybe things that are not really in your mind right now where you're like, I'm not really focusing on that right now, but it's something that you should be focusing on. So across from Virgo, we have Pisces, and Pisces has Neptune in retrograde. And Neptune is all about your inspiration, your dreams, your psychic ability. That's your intuition. Okay, very important. It rules. Neptune rules the sublime body, the anything that has to do with the sublime, the unseen. Okay, so it could be with your body, it could be esoteric, spiritual, all of that. It rules the spirituality. This is Pisces energy. Okay, a lot of Pisces are very and water signs are very intuitive. If you have a rising sign in a prominent place in your chart, that's really good. Okay, Pisces is dealing with fourth house issues. So like I said, if you're a Virgo watching this and you're not, you can relate maybe or maybe not to what's happening in your zodiac. It's very rare, but usually you can relate to it. Then if you're not, you can look over to Pisces and fourth house issues of parents, the home, more of nurturing yourself, your inner world. Okay, so for Pisces, you might want to focus in on that. But everyone can benefit from this new moon on working on improving your communication. Maybe something went wrong and you're like, okay, how do we improve this so that it doesn't happen again? And Virgos are very good at that. And no matter what your zodiac is, you can always benefit from all the new moons. I say that a lot in my video because it's so true. You can learn something, and in your chart you have some aspect of an earth sign or that particular zodiac sign. So we're going to keep on going. We're going to go over to Libra. Okay, and that is below on this chart, below to the left of, however you're looking at it, but below on this chart, Virgo. Okay, so it's in the 11th house, as you can see on this chart. So a lot of 11th house issues are coming up: friends, groups, aspiration, any goals that you want to set for yourself, Libra. This is the issues that are popping up in your chart for your sign. Okay, there's no planets in your sign, so there's no planets. Okay, and when this happens, you can focus on 7th house issues, like I said, or even 8th house issues, which is other people's money. Maybe you're receiving money coming into you, to you. You might have issues with closeness, sex, letting go of something, death, ending of something, sharing other people's money, meaning receiving money coming in that you were owed. Maybe you'll find out that you weren't paid enough for something or something of that nature. Okay, so 7th and 8th house issues for Libra. Look this up, see, okay, what is 7th house? I just explained it, but look into that. But then you can go across the chart to Aries, your opposite sign, the fire sign, opposite sign. You have Aries having 5th house issues. Okay, and they have Chiron, so it's the effort to heal yourself, right? The wounded healer. So Aries is dealing with issues of healing and learning, maybe really paying attention to what is going on that needs healing in your life, and you being your own teacher, because Aries is a very strong sign. So you will ask for help when you need it, but you do it in a certain way where you still feel powerful. But you have the 5th house issues to deal with, a little bit of the 6th house. The 6th house is work, health, service, self-improvement. Okay, any kind of daily life issues. That's a little bit of that. Maybe serving, helping others. Maybe there's someone that needs help and you can only give a little bit of your time, right? Issues like that. But the major issue will be the 5th house issue, and the 5th house issue is romance, fun, anything to do with being creative, having fun in your life, anything to do with children. If you want children, you don't want children, that could be an issue coming up in relationships. More of being a servant to someone else, kind of like, and again, the 5th and the 6th house is of service type of house, right? The 5th house is your own personal creativity. So maybe these things are conflicting your work that you want to do, and you don't want to commit to something, even though the idea might be nice. Maybe like having a more serious relationship. The idea is nice, but practical, it might not work out for you that way. It could be issues with children. Maybe your partner wants a kid and you don't. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It's just that you might have different goals, even though you like the idea of it. Okay, so again, more self improvement. And the improvement doesn't mean you have to go along with what someone else wants. It just means that you can improve that person's understanding of what you don't want, right? So then we're going to go to Scorpio. And Scorpio has Jupiter, and it also has Jupiter would be the red. Okay, it looks like I always say it looks like a number 4 with a little 2, like a 2 and a 4 combined together, right? So you have that Jupiter, and then the green would be the Venus. So you want to focus on Jupiter issues, right? Expansion, tolerance of other people and certain situations, anything that has to do with being social, thinking about what is best for you. Okay, so you want to think about what's best for you, and this is all happening in the first house. Okay, in the first house, and it is also in the part of the chart where you want to wake up to who you really are, or you want something to be recognized. Okay, so with this energy, you want to make sure that you are focusing on exactly what you want, because you're in the first house. Okay, and the first house is about the self. Okay, what's best for you. So Scorpio, you want to think about Jupiter expanding. Where do I want to go? Why do I want to go there? How is it best for me? Writing it down, planning it out. The Venus comes in, and the Venus is all about love and beauty, and how can you feel better about yourself, but also how can you make sure that this energy you're putting in is also going to be substantial financially for you. So you want to play with both of those. Okay, and we want to move over to Taurus, your opposite sign. Okay, is more in a private part of the chart. Okay, so we have Taurus dealing with I'm going to turn it. Okay, dealing with Uranus. So we have Uranus in retrograde, and we have Uranus wanting to look forward. Okay, wanting to move forward, to not feel trapped in a box, not feel like you have to do something traditional or like what everyone thinks that you should do. So this could be an issue of just self-identity, celebrating you and what you want to do and how you want to do it now. And time has changed and things have shifted where you might have want to express something about yourself a little bit more, but maybe in the past you couldn't because of how things were. A lot of times when we're in the present moment, we think that, well, why wouldn't someone think like that 10 years ago or 20 years ago? And maybe the knowledge wasn't there. Okay, maybe all the facts, the information wasn't there. So even if you might have had a good heart, or you might have had desires to do something, you just couldn't do it because it would have just been too much. Okay, and but you did other things to bring light to what you really wanted to do. So everyone has to work within their time that they live in. They have to work within what is possible for them, right? So Taurus might feel like regrets of the past, where I wish I could have done it this way, but that wasn't your role. This is your role now. And right now, if you feel that, hey, I can do this, I can do that, I can make this happen, then sure, go for it and make it happen. I'm like checking this out. I don't know what I did with that, but yeah. So Taurus is dealing with 7th house issues and 6th house issues, and I think it's more seventh house issues of marriage and other partners. So maybe things are coming up dealing with friends and family from the past, okay? And these could be issues that were kind of kept under wraps, or just personal issues, right, that are coming to surface right now. And usually people just don't understand things if they haven't been through it themselves, and people are always quick to make judgment about things that they don't understand. Okay, so with Uranus in retrograde, you're going to see a lot of issues with rebelling, okay, with misunderstanding when it comes to not fitting into a box, okay, issues around that. So let's move on, all this jumping around, to Sagittarius, okay? Now Sagittarius has nothing, no planets, but you have a little bit of the first house and the second house, okay? And in this area, you want to focus on really getting your message out there, right? You want attention for something that is beneficial for you, okay? And the first house is all about the self, so you're really focused on your goals. But even though you want to focus on your goals, you should focus more on second house issues, which is money, the things you possess, the things you value. That will help you more. It's the things that you have, your personal resources. So how can you improve your communication to better your money, your the things that you value, and getting and when that comes up, I always say get rid of things that you don't really value. And it's not in a negative way, but whatever it is for you, just move it out of your way, get it away from you, so that you can focus in on what is important to you. Your opposite sign is Gemini, and nothing's going on in the Gemini area. They are having 6th and 7th house issues, so about almost equal. Looking at work, okay, marriage issues with marriage, 7th house partners, issues with 6th house issues, health, okay, 8th and 7th house issues, 8th and 7th house issues. So a little bit of 7th house issues, which is marriage and other partners, and then 8th house issues, which is sex, marriage, okay, things like that. So really working on those issues, okay, and relationships and other people's money. So maybe Gemini, you're getting a lot of help with anything financial that you feel that you need from your own work. So money that you didn't know you have show up. It could be money that you were owed, all of a sudden shows up, okay? And let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn has a lot of things going on, okay? Capricorn has Saturn, okay? Capricorn is all about balance for you on this new moon, and communicating and really getting more balance, okay? It's more of Pluto's energy, okay? I would say focus a lot on Pluto's energy, of looking deeper into a situation that bothers you, and see if you can maybe understand the other person's side, understand your own side. And then the Mars energy is saying, look at what gets you upset and decide how you're going to go about it. And do you really need to be defensive? Do you really need to protect yourself? And if you do, on what level? So that it's not going to make things worse for you, okay? So you want to make sure that you have a good balance on any issues that has to do with Saturn, also with Pluto and with Mars, okay? And then for Capricorn, at the bottom of the chart here, you want to look over, let's say, to Cancer, Okay. And in Cancer's chart, there's not much going on. Okay. For Cancers, you want to focus more on eighth house issues. You have a little bit of that. Ninth house issues. So eighth house issues is, again, finances, maybe other people's money, receiving help that you do need, money that you didn't expect to have, you will have, letting go of anything that's not working, anything to deal with death, or intimacy issues, sex, things of that nature. Moving on to Aquarius, and did we look at Aquarius? I don't think we looked at Aquarius. So Aquarius, we have Lilith, and we have the South Node. Okay. And I'm gonna go. We'll go to Leo next. So in Aquarius, we're dealing with Lilith, okay, and South Node. So you will have to look at how you handle situations that come up that you weren't planning for, or just chaos, how you handle things when things pop up that you weren't planning for, didn't expect, or did expect, and then now you have to deal with that. South Node is like the energy, and the Lilith energy is a fighting one, a very strong one. So finding your own strength in dealing with any kind of chaos. Okay. The South Node is more of past relationships. Okay, how are you dealing with past relationships, issues from past relationship that you may have not dealt with fully, okay, or it's coming up again, and then how do you deal with that? If you do believe in past lives, it could be past life issues, a lesson that you didn't really fully learn in a past life or at all, and now it's coming up in this life. So it's like that karma lesson, if event, experience, if you believe in. Really, we're here to learn something, and how are we going to learn that? What are we going to learn? A lot of third house issues, okay, and the third house issues will have to deal with any kind of mental issues, thought process, the psyche, learning, siblings, communication, a lot of thinking, a very Mercury type of thing, communication. Maybe you thinking in your mind and trying to resolve things mentally for yourself. Okay, so a lot of mental thought, a lot of mental chatter for you, Aquarius. And as an air sign, this is good, but as an Aquarius, the emotions are involved. So really using this new moon in Virgo to get grounded and to really handle all these thoughts that are coming up for you. So we're going to go across the chart, and we're going to go to Leo in a very public area of the chart, and at the North Node, I want to say, yes. So with the North Node for Leo in the 9th house, okay, the 9th house has to deal with higher education, philosophy, learning. Okay, very saggy. So learning and growing and filling yourself with knowledge. Okay, like the Hermit. So really take that in, because the we're in a Virgo new moon, and the Hermit card is the Virgo's card. So really taking in the knowledge, Leo, is a time to just fill yourself with new knowledge, and if you're a seasoned Leo, someone older, you might want to learn new things, because we based our thinking from our generation, and then there's some good things, but then we need to learn some new things that will help us to deal with where we presently are right now. And the North Node is where we want to go. So for every Leo, and if Leo is your birth sign, or if it's your North Node or moon sign, these are the 3 spots that's really important. You want to think about, where am I right now with my knowledge? It could be, school, getting a higher education, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be just learning for yourself. Okay, where am I with this, and having a better understanding for yourself, for all relationships that are in your life. Okay, so I want to say I hit up everyone. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this reading, and then look out for the meditation video, which will be posted shortly. So thank you guys again, and happy new moon in Virgo, and I'll see you guys next time.